Hello everyone, we're back with another unboxing slash review. Today we've got Okada Izo. So this guy, he has just shown up in Fate Grand Order, part of Guda Guda 3. He's, at the time of recording at least, he should still be on raid up. So if you want, go and get him now, because I don't know when he comes back, and I don't think he's a permanent server to the gacha either. He's a 3-star, but he is apparently very good. I figured I'd try and get Okita Alta, because I heard she was good, but I ended up with him instead. So, hey, no complaining. I got a good servant because, being free to play, gotta take what you can get. But this is, of course, the deluxe version, so he's coming with a couple of extra things here. So, let's have a look at this box here. This here is his noble phantasm. He laughing at me, and then he cuts you up. His, despite what it says on the box here, assassin, he's actually the manslayer class. There is, he doesn't know what an assassin is. It's 100% his own class, manslayer. Beats all classes because he's a genius. But let's crack into this box, shall we? Oh boy, he is a hefty one. Alright. Very great box, nothing really to it. Usually they have the number in there, but I guess not. Oh well. Fair enough. Let's see. Do we have anything special to these instructions? Tells us, that's quite long actually. It tells us how to use his swords, how to do his noble phantasm pose, like so. How to put the swords in, and how to do the stuff on his back with the sword. Okay. Cool. I'll sort you out later. Actually, I think that was the right way. Huh, totally guessed that. Okay, we have a lot of parts back here, which are taped. There we go. So he's actually got 3 faceplates here then. Or 4 even. Dang. I love me my faceplates. That's quite a few. Okay. Out you come. Let's get rid of that. Okay. Let's pull this out. Oh, he does have a little beardy thing. This is his, I want to say it's his blushing one, but it's more like his drunk one, if anything. Very nice. We've got the usual base plate, arm stuff. All expected. A couple of extra arms and hands over here. And then here, let's crack this open. I guess this would be his noble phantasm pose. Let's pull that out. Where he is just sitting down on the ground. And I guess because the way it works, you could just prop him up like that, have him sit on whatever you want. You don't necessarily need the stand or anything. But essentially he kneels down behind a character, so like someone would be here, he'd be here, and he'd be like, did you just laugh? And then he'd stab him in the back. So that was essentially his noble phantasm. And then, let's get on to the main event. Mr. Izo himself. I actually picked this up just before a sale started, and I kind of regretted it. Because it was like a lot cheaper. I sent a message to the company I bought it from, and they of course did the whole "we will wait until the sale is over to reply" thing, and then told me, oh, we don't do that kind of refunds. And I'm like, okay, thanks for looking out for the customer, but whatever. I guess it's just one of those companies that is there to make money, and that's it. Some businesses are nice and they're like, oh yeah, we put a sale up, we'll give you that price because you bought it like 2 days before. Okay, let's get that back on. Actually, is this attached onto anything? I don't think it is. I think it just sits there. Like that. Get your head on straight. Spiky hair. There we go. That is absolutely gonna fall off. So there is Izo himself. Looks very cool. They definitely could not have done his second and third ascensions, because those are basically, he changes outfit. Like on the second one, he's a different person entirely, honestly. He kind of has like this hat, as well as like his face is completely black and he's got like red eyes and it like pokes through the hat, and really long red flowing hair, which I don't know what that is, but I'll probably bond up with him a bit and figure it out. But very cool. He kind of looks like he's got Hyakimaru's hair, but more crazy, more wavy, much more hair. Very nice. And then we've got shouting faceplate. Of course, it's 3D. Got his tooth there. Very nice. I like the little marks on his cheeks and stuff. And then we've got the kind of like awkward, embarrassed, annoyed pose. He kind of has like one of those personalities where he's a nice guy, but he doesn't want to seem too nice, if you know what I mean. And then without pulling these out, he's got a cup of water, cup of sake, a little jug to keep it in, a cup of coffee, a newspaper for his daily read, and then he's got a couple of sword pieces here. So 2 swords, the sword that goes on his back, and whatever this sword piece is, I'm not entirely sure. Maybe that swaps out with this so it can be put on. Oh no, it's probably for this hole here. It's like a little hole right there. That probably slots in there to make it look like he's got a sword under his Harry. But anyway, without further ado, let us get on to some poses. Alright, here's our first pose for Izo. It's Drunk Izo. So he's got his sake cup right up here. It's nice and blue, which is a nice little detail. As well as he's kind of carrying the jug around with him. And he's kind of blushing because he's a bit drunk. I wouldn't really call it blushing, but more so like the effects of alcohol taking over, making blood rush to his skin, his face. But it's a very nice pose. It's really well detailed, and I really appreciate like those side things on his face. It kind of gives him a more authentic feel to his character. Also, I don't know how well it's gonna come off, but his hair does have a tinge of like purplish or dark blue to it as well. You can see it a bit better on the inside because of how they painted it, but it does have that little bit of extra color that he does have in the game, which is very nice little touch. So that's that for this pose. Nothing too crazy, but it's a nice pose. It's really well done, although I think his joints are coming out just a little bit. But yeah, let's move on to the next pose. Alright, here is our next pose for Izo. Also, I did forget to put the sword in while he was carrying his little jug and sake cup, so I put it in there just to show it off, but I'll take it off now because he doesn't have 3 swords as far as I'm aware. But this is one of his stances that he usually has in the game. I'm pretty sure. This was actually what I was going to pose him as before I actually got to know him. So now I think the last pose is a bit more fitting. But I still think this is a pretty cool look to him, like 2 swords. Also, this sword here, closer to the camera now, is a bit longer than this one here. So, no idea why. I guess that's just maybe part of his legend. I'm not too, like, studied up on Japanese history and stuff like that. But still a very cool pose indeed. It was easily my second for how cool it looks. I mean, look at that. Freaking badass. Also, weird thing to note is, for some reason, his pants splits apart. Like here. Like, you can just take it off and have it be, like, 2 separate parts. And then he does have, like, that traditional Japanese old-style kind of underwear on, you know, like the sumo wrestling-looking stuff. But I won't really show that off just because I'm sure people don't care that much about it. But let us move on to what ended up being my favorite pose out of all of them. Alright, here is our final pose for Izo. He's doing his final, his only noble phantasm, which is, I forget. but it's still pretty cool. Essentially what he does is he kind of appears behind an enemy and asks, "Did you just laugh at me?" And then he stabs them in the back, rips his sword out, and then blood goes everywhere. And then he's kind of like maniacally laughing, saying he's a genius. He's a bit crazy, but I don't know, I just like his character for some reason. And I really like his Nendoroid as well. Like, at first I didn't care for him at all, but now that Guda Guda 3 has happened and I've actually managed to get him on my team as well, he's pretty cool. So I'm totally digging this pose. I think it works really well. He kind of isn't looking directly at you, which kind of gives the feeling he's looking at someone else. So this would work if you put it next to a servant. So have like someone here, have him there. It would look like he's assassinating them, which I think is like super cool. I'm sorry, not assassinating, manslaying them, because that's his class, the manslayer. But he's really cool. I really like him. Let's get on to scores. So in terms of flimsy parts, it's just the swords. But honestly, I can't take a point off the swords just because, well, every sword they ever make is going to have to be flimsy just because of that's how the sword is designed. It's supposed to be thin. Particularly Japanese katanas are like super thin. But yeah, I can't really take a points to that. Other than that, all the pieces on his hands are like well put together. It doesn't feel like any of them could come off. There's a lot of different expressions. He's got 4 face plates. He's got really nice accessories, particularly in the deluxe one. I want to say the deluxe edition is the one specifically for his Noble Phantasm pose right here. So if you're looking to pick that up, probably go with the deluxe version regardless, just because you get more stuff. More variety is always better, unless you're like dead set on one of the regular poses. But honestly, I think I'm going to give him a 10 out of 10. He's pretty good. He's pretty solid. All his hands and stuff work together well. His little like hoodie shell howery thing works fine. It doesn't have any weird issues. It just has like a little hole at the back. You slide that through and there you go. Easy done. As well as it can like come off a little bit like that. So you can pose that as if he's attacking in any way you want. So I think everything about him just works well. So I am going to give him a 10 out of 10 for being the best manslayer servant there is. So yeah, that's going to do it for this one. If you enjoyed, leave a like and let me know in the comments down below what you think of Izo. Have you got him yourself in Fate Grand Order? Have you got him yourself as a Nendoroid? And are you planning to? But yeah, that's going to do it. I will catch you all next week for next week's set of videos. Enjoy the weekend, and I will see you all in the next one. Alright, bye!